Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well and you love yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You loved, celebrated, and appreciated. I want us to take a look at the first ever speech that Ibrahim Traore gave after he took over power in 2022. And there is something about that speech that I want us to elaborate about. And it is significant because this is the very first speech after he took over power. Like just immediately he took over power, he needed to address the people and he made that speech. After Ibrahim took over power 2022, a lot has happened from that time up until this time. And it is when you listen keenly to this speech of Ibrahim Traore, you will see that he is not even deviating at all, not even a little bit from the goal that he had from the initials. I told you here from the beginning that these military leaders in the Sahel, they're not just coming to play, they're not playing, they're not joking. Like they mean business, they are serious, they know what they want, they are going all in for it. Okay, General Goita started it in Mali, and that wind went through Burkina Faso and then Niger. I told you this, three wise men down the Sahel, they mean business, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now, when you look into the leadership of these three wise men in the Sahel, and then you look into the democratic leadership of the so-called democracy in the various countries in the continent of Africa, I tell you, you will not even wish for democracy for once. Like when you look into the achievement within these years that they had come to power. Okay, that of Burkina Faso is shocking the collective West, and that's why they come tell you that it's AI that is doing this thing. To them, they feel like there is nothing that can happen at that speed in Africa. Because to them, it's like they have controlled the whole continent and they are the ones pressing the button whenever they want to press the button. So everything is like a shock to them, Your Majesties. Because within this short time frame, they are able to achieve things that leaders who have sat in power, so-called democracy, for over 10, 15 years cannot achieve. Like Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goita, Abdraman Chiani have achieved what these democratic leaders cannot even achieve in 15 years. Is it magic? It's not magic. And that's why I keep telling you here that in as much as a lot of you are angry, especially Africans who feel like, not a lot of you, just few persons, like that's our uncle from Ghana. In as much as people are not happy that, you took over power by force, so you need to, return that power and allow people to vote you willingly. Mind you, Burkinabés are okay with Ibrahim Traore, by the way, so I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be okay with the leadership that is going on down the Sahel. When you look into this leadership and then you feel like, okay, democracy is the best. Yes, they came to power by force, but they needed that force. There are times that, talking alone does not do the job. You need action. And that's exactly what happened at the Sahel. They needed action. Talking alone was not doing the job. They needed action. And according to Ibrahim Traore, it was so urgent. If not because they took over this power by force, those nations would have been in a very, very deplorable state at this time. They were in a deplorable state, but they would have been, just imagine times two of the situation that they were in prior to the military takeover. So, yeah, you love democracy, you're happy with democracy, but the democracy is not giving you what you need. It's not giving you what you need. Like Ibrahim Traore would say, whether a military takeover or civilian rulership, we are all Africans. It doesn't matter whether it's military leadership. It doesn't matter whether it's democratic, what have you, leadership. But we are Africans. We should have the mind of Africans. We should have Africans at heart and not dance to the tune of Europe and America. Can that happen in this democratic leadership that we have in Africa today? This is a question that we have, or that I have for you. If not this forceful taking over of power with a mission, would the Sahel change? I don't know. You leave the answer there for me. So let's listen to the first ever speech of Ibrahim Traore. and then we pick up some points and take it up from there, Your Majesties.
You are undoubtedly aware that a few hours ago, your peaceful sleep in the city of Ouagadougou was unfortunately disturbed by the sound of weapons. We sincerely apologize for this. We do not wish for it. We have never wished for it, but such are the circumstances of life. Therefore, we extend our apologies to you and all the residents of Ouagadougou for the noise of weapons over these 2 days. This happened because certain things are not functioning well, which we have observed and will also explain to you here. We have a tendency to always blame the other Burkina. I believe that most of you here are older than I am. So what I'm going to tell you is that we really need to change the pace. We need to change the pace, we need to move quickly. All countries are in a state of urgency. So everyone at their level must be able to move faster and abandon unnecessary administrative burdens. I couldn't even specify this point, or that point where we need to be. Quick. It's all the points. In Burkina, everything is urgent. From security to defense to health, to social action, to infrastructure, everything is urgent. We will have to move quickly. While waiting to have specific points. Soon on, the different ministries, to examine them one by one. I will also ask you for a point that could help us in the urgency. Maybe the SG will compile that. I know that you use Land Cruiser pickups in your ministries, often underutilized. And there are often many in your hangars. Maybe they have nothing wrong, but perhaps just minor issues. Identify everything and give us the general report. We need it. Can we have this report by Tuesday at the latest? Because we will surely requisition them.
Your Majesties, that was the speech, the first ever speech of Ibrahim Traore after he took over power in 2022, 30th September 2022, the first ever speech of Ibrahim Traore. Now, before I say what the key points I pick up here is, you might also leave your own thoughts there at the section. I would say that Ibrahim Traore is humble. Yeah, I give that to him. Traore is humble. And when I say he's humble, I know some of you will be like, why should he not apologize? Of course, he is younger than majority of the ministers he was speaking to or the generals he was speaking to. So he should apologize for what happened. But do you know that power is sweet? Power is sweet. It takes a humble person who is in power, in a situation, in a position that Ibrahim is, to still apologize. And do you know that nothing has changed about Ibrahim? That's why I said, as Pan-Africans, Pan-Africanist, it's good we go back time to time and compare, especially when it comes to something that we are, vouching for, like the personality of Ibrahim Traore. Your Majesties, nothing has changed. He came in as humble as he is, and he is still as humble as he is up until today. Yes, Ibrahim might not be, somewhat available all the time for people to have conversations with. He had to protect himself because of the threat. Okay, the attempt on his life, he had to protect himself. So it's not everybody he had to be available to. So that is understandable. But Ibrahim Traore is humble. He had not changed a bit. He came with a mission. And that is what is taking me to the main reason why these three wise men in the Sahel took leadership. It's my opinion. This is how I see it. So you can leave your own thought there at the section, okay? He said he emphasized on the urgency of the situation of the Sahel nation, of his own country, home motherland, Burkina Faso. He emphasized on the urgency. He said everything is urgent. We will have to move quickly. Did it change? Did Ibrahim, waver from that path that he took from the beginning? I don't see him wavering. Like, is exactly what he said that he is doing up until this time. The urgency of the situation. He knows the urgency of the situation. He knows that his homeland is deteriorating and he is the savior. If he do not do anything, nothing will work. He put his life on the line. He knew it is urgent. He knew this is a war. This is a fight. It's not just going to go smoothly. Ibrahim was prepared from the beginning. Your Majesties. You see why we talk of Traore? He is young, but there is something about Ibrahim. And that is why a lot of people have concluded it was Thomas Sankara who had come back. Of course, nothing is just happening. He has a spirit behind him. The ancestors are behind him. The almighty creator of all life is behind Ibrahim Traore. Why will he not succeed? His hands are clean. And that's why the spirits are working with him. Your Majesties. And this is exactly what we see in Burkina today. That the leader of Burkina Faso knows the urgency of the situation of his people, and he is doing everything to help his people pull out of that ditch which, Europe and America have dumped them in. But the wicked ones see this as AI, and they see the development, how fast it's going, and they think it's AI. Ibrahim knew this is what he was coming for. He was coming to develop Burkina Faso, to change the situation of Burkina Faso. He came, he started, that's what he's doing. There is no wavering. He has not changed. That is what he wants. He's going all in for it. And so they come out and they are like, how sure? Are we sure it's not AI? Are we sure it's something really is going on down the Sahel? Okay, maybe let's just put this in the mind of people that this can never happen in Africa. Development cannot just happen this fast in Africa. It has to be the way we want it, how we press the buttons. Ibrahim came and he changed everything. He made the youth believe that those democratic leaders are just lazy and wicked. See, look at the development in Burkina Faso. A lot is going on there. And because they cannot just accept it, they put this idea of AI, what have you, into the minds of people. So that they lose trust in Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. When there is no credibility, you understand me? Oh, everything is AI. All the developments are AI. Anyway, I felt like showing this to you, like maybe we're going back to this first ever speech and see that Ibrahim had a mission, and that's exactly what he's doing. So if you see that there is a lot of development that you cannot really believe or understand easily, just know that Ibrahim had come with this in mind from the beginning. This is the reason why he came to power, to change the situation of Burkina Faso, to change the life of his people, to, repair that which was damaged by Europe. That is exactly why Ibrahim came to power. And that is exactly what he is doing. What do you think about this? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.